Right, so the first card you've got for your past is this Three of Wands. So this is all about waiting, hoping, wishing, sitting there looking, or standing, I should say, like this man, looking over the water, hoping for the ships to come in, waiting for something to happen. So, yeah, I think someone might have been messing you around, actually. They might still be doing that, I don't know. But it feels like someone's messing you around, keeping you waiting. And yeah, you've got the devil right under this, and obviously the devil can be about you. It represents Capricorn. So I think what this is telling you right away, I'm getting a message right away, it's stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone. Don't sit around waiting for someone. Don't let anyone mess you around. Don't do that. Go back into you. Go from the perspective, I should say, of you, Capricorn, the devil here. Think about things in terms of, what do I want? Where am I? Not about what they want, not about waiting for them. What do you want? So I think that's all about, stop thinking about that and think about you and what you want. Yeah, I'm not sure where you are with this, actually. Maybe you've moved on, you might have. Yeah, I think, even if you have moved on, it feels like there's still a little door there. It's like you've got the door open for them just a little bit, even if it's just a tiny door, or maybe you've just got it open just a tiny bit for them. Because I'm getting this kind of, it's like, oh, maybe they'll change eventually. Maybe they'll realise how good I am for them, and they'll come back sometime. And it might not be that you're going around thinking that all the time, but I think there is a little bit of that there for you, if that's you. So, the first thing is, if someone keeps you waiting, and unless there's a proper reason or a proper excuse, like, they've been in hospital or something serious, or they've got a good reason, it's not about whether they realise, you're good enough for them. Think about you realising maybe they're not good enough for you. So again, with this devil here, it's about you and what you want, what you deserve. You deserve someone who focuses on you. Focuses on you. And you deserve someone who's open with you and honest with you. And if someone's keeping you waiting, or they're messing you around, or they're having you sit there wondering, they're not being open with you. They're not being honest with you. They're really not. Because if someone truly loves you, they won't have you wondering. They won't have you questioning. It doesn't feel like that. True love doesn't feel like, help, I'm lost, where am I? It doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like, oh, how long do I have to wait? When are they going to get back to me? I'm afraid of asking them what the problem is because, I don't want this to end. Maybe that's what they want. You won't be questioning yourself with someone who truly loves you. So that's the message there. Excuse me. So, yeah, I think, if you've still got a little door open for them somewhere in your heart somewhere, they might be picking up on that, actually, because that can happen. They can pick up on that energy of someone who's like still waiting for them or hanging on. Sometimes that can happen, and I think once you make an effort to really say, no, I'm going to close this door now. I deserve more. I don't want this anymore. The door's closing. I think that might make them change, actually. To do that, to actually close that door, you might have to do some practical things, I think. You might have to do something like unfriend them or block them or something like that. And yeah, the thing is, if you find that hard to do, say if you go to block them, or if you go to, unfriend them or something on social media, or if you go to, block their number or something, if that's hard, that's very telling. That tells you there's still a door open. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, if you close the door practically, if you do practical things to do that, I think that'll help you to close the door emotionally in your heart. It's because I think with you as a Capricorn, you need to do something practical to get your mind in motion to kind of go into that, on that new road, if that makes sense. And yeah, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll tell you this. This is what I'm getting. I think when they get this energy coming from you that you've actually closed this door, I think that's when they'll come back, actually. Because what I'm getting is I think they want to keep the door open as well a little bit. Not in the way you do. But I hate to say this, but this is what I'm getting. I have to tell you what I'm seeing. It's like they're keeping an option open. They're keeping just that little crack in the door open, just in case what they're doing doesn't work, or someone else rejects them, or they feel as if they need to come back for whatever reason. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm seeing in the devil. And I think that might be what's keeping you chained, like these poor people on the devil card. You've got that little bit opened, they've got that little bit open, and while you've both got the doors open a little bit, even though you know they shouldn't be treating you like this, that's what's keeping you chained, like these poor people here. So yeah, I just want to say this obviously isn't for people who are in a happy relationship or they're married or whatever. It's for someone who knows they're not being treated well, but they can't quite move on. So, and a lot of people find themselves in this situation. So, focus on yourself if that's you, absolutely, with this devil here. And yeah, do all those practical things. Because again, your mind will get into motion, your mind will go on the right track, and your heart will go on the right track if you do the practical things first. I think that's how you operate usually as a Capricorn. So, yeah, I think when they do come back, and they absolutely will come back. You've got the Page of Cups here, up in the right-hand corner, and that's about a love message coming in. So I think when they do that, you'll be in a totally different mindset. Yeah, you'll be well over them. You won't be chained to them anymore by the time they come back. So yeah, I really hope that helps someone, because I really want someone to move away from this old energy and into your true self, and to be focused on you, to be focused on where you want to go, not be focused on, oh, if I do this, they might do this. If I do that, they might do that. Forget about what they might do or say. Think about what you want to do. Think about what you want to say. Think about where you want to go. And that's in the Two of Wands as well. He's looking out over the world. He's looking out over this beautiful scene. He's thinking, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? That's what you've got to think about. And, yeah, the thing about this man is he's not focused on love. He's focused on his ambitions. He's focused on where he wants to go. And, yeah, the funny thing is he's still got this wand behind him, and it's sort of following him around like a little puppy, like a shadow. So once you turn your back on them, they'll be there following you around like a little puppy, actually. And again, I almost don't want to say this because I know someone has hope for them to come back. But I don't want you to think about that. I want you to focus on literally yourself. And by the time they come back, you'll be so far down that road that you won't even be interested. So that's what you've really got to think about. And yeah, this Two of Wands can be about being at a crossroads, having a decision to make, not being sure about something, saying, oh, shall I do this or shall I do that? So there's a decision here that I think you might have shelved. You had a decision, you were thinking, oh, should I go here? Should I do this thing? It's something to do with work, I think. It's something to do with money. And I think you decided to not do it in the end and to put it aside. But I think a part of you thinks, well, what if I had have done that? What would my life be like if I had have done that thing? And so that tells me that you're still thinking about that as well, and you still want to do that. So, okay, this is what I'm getting for someone. I'm getting an image in my mind, and it feels like it's an image of the life you imagine that you'll have, or you did one time. I don't know where you are, but you're imagining this life that you'll have with this love connection, or this ex-love connection. I'm not sure where you are once again, but yeah, what I'm getting with this image is it's like this is something you're imagining. You're imagining the two of you just kind of living in a home together, just doing day-to-day things in your home. Nothing amazing, just everyday things. Sitting on the sofa together, whatever. But I think that's how you kept the door open. Imagining all this in your mind. You might still be doing a bit of that. Yeah, I'm literally getting the inside of a home, and it's a modest home. It's a small home. It's very ordinary, and that's fine. I live in a small home. That's fine. I'm ordinary. But what that's showing me is, it's showing me a few things actually. But the first thing is, you had this very, very, very deep connection. You had a very deep feeling, lots and lots of deep emotions for this person, because you didn't care what kind of place you lived in with them or where you were with them. You just wanted to be with them, and that's absolutely beautiful to feel like that about someone. But obviously, they weren't feeling in the same way themselves. They had a different idea, and yeah, if you look right down the bottom of this card, and I'll just move it up so you can see. Yeah, you've got this combination of, in the bottom left-hand corner, it's this, you've got these 2 white lilies, and then you've got these 2 red roses. And white lilies can be about transformation, moving to another realm. I think that's where the idea, I might be wrong, but I think that might be the idea of where white lilies are to do with death, because it's about someone moving, I should say, trying to say moving from this realm to the next realm. So it's like moving up to another realm. And red roses are about manifestation. So I think this is going to be a turning point for you this time in your life, actually. When it comes to work and career and all that, but I think whatever that is, it's going to lift you up into a new realm inside yourself, emotionally, mentally, also confidence-wise. And so with this turning point, I think you are going to go back and have a look at this again. And I really hope you are, because what I'm getting for you for the rest of this year is, there are only a few weeks to go for the rest of this year, believe it or not. But I'm seeing you planning on what you're going to do with this, and maybe other things as well, in terms of career and in terms of your whole life, planning new things. And so this is the year for planning, or the rest of this year. And then you're going to put that into practice next year, in the new year. So yeah, this thing you've already started and you put it aside, I think you might be starting to think about this again, actually, already, manifesting with these red roses here. And yeah, I think now that you're shutting this door, and hopefully that's what you're going to be doing soon, and I think if you do shut the door, you're shutting it slowly, because it takes time when you've got feelings for someone. You can't just slam the door shut. It takes time to do that. But, it's that old saying. I know it's a cliche, but it's like one door closes and another one opens. So whatever this is, I think you'll be able to really manifest this now, and really make this decision, and really think about this seriously and concentrate on this, because you'll be able to give this your full concentration now. You won't be concentrating on this past love connection. Yeah, there's a lot of power around this. It's all a mixture. I'm feeling a combination of money, so it's some kind of work-related thing, but there's also something that's inside you, and it might be something you're going to combine. And I don't think you've quite worked out how you're going to do all this yet. I know that sounds really confusing, but yeah, they're not holding you back anymore. They're not holding you back in chains with this devil here. And I think once you've totally shut that door and you've removed those chains, that's when you'll move into your power. That's when you move into the King of Pentacles energy. And he's sitting here right next to this devil here. And he's right in the middle of this whole spread. So he's the key card here. So that's where you're moving to, into the King of Pentacles. Mastery of yourself, obviously money making, and just being in your confidence. That's in your realm. That's your full you. That's the real you there, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm going to stick my neck out here. 2021, I think it's going to be your year, especially when it comes to money, achievements, and confidence, and also self-improvement. Everything. I think it's going to be your year, actually. Yeah, I keep on getting this thing that's inside your heart, and you've been wanting to do this for a long time. You've been wanting to manifest this thing, and yeah, it's being let out. It's coming out into the world. So I hope that makes sense to someone. It's always been in there, and you want to let that out if that's you. So yeah, take this thing out of the shelf, or off the shelf, I should say. And think about how you can make this decision. Think about how you can manifest this. Really start to plan, and then next year you'll be ready. You'll be ready to start this properly. So yeah, start planning now if that's you. I really hope that makes sense to someone, because this is a real turning point. This is a real turning point, but you've got to let go of these old chains, and you've got to shut the door of the old energy. Right, so the first card you've got for your presence, this Six of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, I know I get in trouble when I talk about exes too much. I'm seeing them here again. But yeah, they might not be an ex yet. So I can get away with it, because it's a little bit ambiguous, because they're around your energy still, I think. And also the other thing is, they're definitely coming back in again at some time to you. So yeah, I think this is actually a warning about this ex. You know, I think if they do come back, and if you are tempted, or if I think also it's just telling you that if you did end up with them as well, you'll probably find yourself in a situation like this. Maybe, you know, this is on an unequal relationship. It's unfairness. You know, it's about an uneven partnership. And I think, you know, if you did end up with them, I think they'd always have the emotional upper hand with you, actually. It's like they're trying to keep you chained. They're trying to keep you on a little string, dangling on a string as an option. And you might even end up being worse off financially if you're with them, because they're holding you back on your ambition. That's what I keep on seeing here. And you deserve someone who supports you. You deserve someone who encourages you and encourages your potential. So that's the warning there. So keep on this track you're on. Keep on this track you're on. Keep planning. Get the thing off the shelf. Think about that. Think about what's right deep inside yourself. What do you want to manifest? What's inside you? Think about you. Think about you. And think about how you're going to get into this King of Pentacles energy, because that's the real you. I'm getting a vision here. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm getting a vision, something that you're seeing, and it's something you want to do. This is this thing you've always wanted to do, and I think it's related to what I was getting in the Two of Wands here. So, there's some ambition that's inside you. You've always wanted to do this. I think, you know, ever since you're a child, maybe. Yeah, there's some kind of ability, and I keep on getting vision. So it might be something that you see, might have something to do with painting, photography. It might have something to do with film. It might actually have something to do, it might be tarot, you know, having a vision to see what's coming up. It might be, you know, something psychic. It's some kind of vision. It involves seeing things in an image. So whatever that is, if that's you, something like that's inside of you. And I think what you see inside you is very, very different to the way people see you on the outside. You've got a different vision on the inside to what people see on the outside. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, it goes right back with you. It goes back from when you were very, very young. I think when you were very young, you had this vision you could see. You had this way of seeing. And artists are like that, you know, visual artists. They see the world in a different way. Photographers do, filmmakers, anything to do with vision. You know, they see things differently. They see the world in their way. And whatever this was that you were doing, it wasn't encouraged. You know, it's almost like, oh, don't do that. Don't think in that way. Don't be like that. Don't say that. It might be that you see the world in a different way, and, you know, you speak of the world in a different way, and people don't like that. And so I think even when you're a child, you're held back with whatever this vision is, if this is you. And yeah, I'm seeing this as well for someone as an adult. You thought you'd found someone who was like someone who understood this and someone who encouraged you, but I think that fell apart as well. And maybe that's when you shelved whatever this thing is. But yeah, I know that sounds a little bit abstract, but if that's you, you'll know exactly what this is. So I want to encourage you to use that part of yourself and develop whatever that is, because it's really important for you to do that. It's important for your development. It's important for you know, your what's the word? What's the word? I can't think of the word. It might come to me later on. But it's very important for you to do that. And I think it's important for the world to see whatever this is, to know about this. And the other thing I really want to tell you about this is, you know, it doesn't matter. If you don't have people who support you in this thing, it doesn't matter. You know, of course, everyone wants supportive people around them. Everyone wants that. But if you don't have that, don't let that stop you. Again, focus on you, because you've got the Devil here, which is Capricorn. Right next to that, in the very middle here, you've got this King of Pentacles. They are both you. So you've got to think about you and you supporting you. Doesn't matter whether they're supporting you or not. You have to support yourself. Yeah, so I'm getting this combining here. I'm getting a combination of what you've got inside you, this vision, whatever this is, and combining that with some kind of, might be a business, might be something like that, because you've got Pentacles and then you've got you. So it's combining the real you with some kind of business thing that's going to get you some kind of money eventually. But the money's a side thing for you. This is something that's absolutely you. This is your vision. And yeah, I think if you do that, the right people will find you, because you haven't had that support. You haven't had that support. I'm actually seeing someone here who's been laughed at or belittled for this vision they have. Oh, you can't do that. That's ha ha ha, silly you. No. People are afraid. That just shows you how powerful you are if people laugh at you, actually, because people are afraid of anything that's outside the norm. Because it makes them question themselves and it makes them question the world, actually, and that's scary to people. People are afraid of tarot. People are afraid of art. They're afraid of abstract art because they're like, I don't understand that, it's scary. So I'll just laugh at that and say, ha, what does that stand for? It's actually very deep, and they're afraid of that, so they laugh. So if that all makes sense to you, and if that's you, I really hope it does. I hope I've explained that properly, because it's very hard to articulate. But yeah, even if you're totally alone, keep on doing this. I think it's going to be really amazing for you. And I think it's also going to be really good for a lot of people in the world. I think a lot of people are ready to see whatever this vision is, especially next year. Next year is the year. It's the year for you. And people are going to be ready. I don't think they were ready before, but they are ready now. And that's where you're going to find these people supporting you, in the people that find you. So I really hope that makes sense to someone. Yeah, I'm just getting this for someone. I don't know if you're already doing this, but I've seen this before with you in your readings, actually. It's like clearing out your mind by clearing out things. So it's like you're clearing out practical things in your house, and in that way you're clearing out your mind, and in that way you're probably clearing out this old energy, this love connection, which is really good. So, cleaning out cupboards, cleaning out spaces in your home. Yeah, I'm literally getting this for someone. Clothes on a bed. So clearing out your wardrobe, I'm getting that for someone, and just clearing out all the things you never wear. So if that's what you're doing, that's a sign that you're really ready to make the space in your mind for the planning stage for the next year. And again, it's really big. It's a lot bigger than just a work thing or a business. This is a life-changing thing. This is a life-changing thing. And that's why you're going to need all your focus. It's going to need every bit of your focus next year. And it's going to need your planning and the clearing out of the old this year, so that you're totally clear and you're ready. Because it's going to need a lot of work, whatever this thing is.